So I mean, so you went to New York for a few years, and then you popped back. What was that like? Like what being in New York? What was the differences culturally, music wise? Like what did you pick up being in New York and then coming back down and applying that to what you're doing today?
It's a lot going on in New York, so it's always a hustle and bustle thing. Like literally just the consistency of the grind itself. Like before COVID, like I was in the show having 2 shows like every other week type zone. You know what I'm saying? And then uh, just constantly outside shooting videos, content, things like that. Like it was always
Mm-hmm.
never no slow down, and you could get to anything anywhere. You got the train, so it's like we could link up, we could get to anything anywhere. But like it's a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts in the city, and they have so many different ways that you can utilize those resources to get in those spaces and things like that. I mean, it's the mecca of hip hop. So it's a lot out there that you could really just tap into. At the end of the day, it is a jungle. So you gotta be on your pivot and be smart about the decisions that you're making. But I mean, it's just so much going on, you know what I mean? Versus coming out here, you really gotta get in where you fit in type John. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I often hear like Charlotte and North Carolina in general is like very cliquish.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's not
do you
really.
do you feel like as a whole can Charlotte be like the next Atlanta or like a Houston when they had their run?
Definitely.
Like, what is? 'Cause I often hear the conversation like there's gatekeeping. There's like a lot of politicking going on where it's like people are feeling like they, you know, a lot bigger than what they are. Like, speak on what you think is lacking in Charlotte and what could be like, solutions, because we got to become solution based at the end of the day.
Right.
If we just talking about it and nothing's actually growing, then what we doing?
Yeah.
So as artists, as platforms, we got to all kind of figure this thing out. And I just want to know, like, what's your perspective on, just the current state of hip hop in Charlotte and just in general?
I just think we need more balance in our creative culture,
Mm.
in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like it's so many talented people out here, bro. Like it's insane. You know what I mean? But we don't really. Somebody I had talked to not too long ago, probably sometime last year, they were hosting showcases and things like that. And actually, in management, and he's from New York. But I was talking to him, and he was coming down to North Carolina, somewhere in Raleigh. But I was trying to see if he was going to come to Charlotte, try to book a show. And he was like, and it stuck with me. And he was like, nah, they ain't got enough buildings out there.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of like, it made sense in a way. You feel me? Like we don't really have a lot of opportunity for all creatives as a whole. You know what I'm saying? There's really no given direction, either, honestly. You know what I mean? Like everything is about leverage out here. If I could leverage what it is, a product or service, that's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? In what ways I could continue to grow from that. It's not so much of really people
Teamwork.
putting
Yeah.
people in position as a collective to want to see the creatives of Charlotte, North Carolina, you know what I mean, go crazy. You know what I mean? We're very selective on who we dealing with. You know what I mean? That's one thing. And two, everything is a money grab. You know what I mean? Everything is a money grab just about. And that's just all around the board with the game today. Trust, like, truthfully. But you don't really have so many outlets that can give you a significant amount of exposure or, again, point you in a direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is about this. And sometimes, even with that, you're really not getting what it is that you're supposed to get at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's why you have to be careful. I've been running down here, rub shoulders for 2 years. And the articulation, that I've pretty much came across with some people, the business foundation that I've, the etiquette, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot that I've ran into out here that's just like, nah, bro. Like, it's really unacceptable, truthfully.